About 12 millennia ago, the Yaungol roamed the lands of central Kalimdor under the tutelage of the demigod Cenarius. Eventually, however, the Yaungol grew wary of sharing their hunting grounds with the trolls and traveled south against the wishes of their patron. Eventually, they reached the borders of the Mogu Empire, and the emperor at the time, Qiang the Merciless, enslaved them and ordered his flesh shapers to enhance their strength, savagery, and intelligence. The Yaungol served the Mogu for generations before joining the pandaren-led revolution, which toppled the empire, participating in the fall by launching raids in the northwestern part of the realm. During their years of servitude, much of the Yaungol culture was lost due to the strict laws of the Mogu. This created a rift in their society, as some Yaungol clung to incomplete myths of Cenarius, while others wanted to completely abandon the past and forge a new destiny by force. Eventually, many Yaungol left for the north as a result of these rifts. The most nomadic of the tribes settled near the storm peaks, where their proximity to Titan-forged machinery gradually transformed them into Taunka. Others ventured to central Kalimdor, reuniting with Cenarius and learning druidic and shamanic magic. Eventually, as the energies of the Well of Eternity shaped them, they would become the Tauren. Some Yaungol remained in Pandaria around the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, however. Eventually, they decided to settle west of the Serpent Spine Wall in the Taunka steppes in order to avoid conflicts with the other races. Despite the vast distances involved, the Yaungol, Tauren, and Taunka tribes still retained some contact with one another until the Great Sundering shattered these connections. The Yaungol developed a savage and warlike culture due to their widespread infighting and the constant threat of the Mantid. Due to this latter existential threat, however, the Yaungol cannot afford to lose a single warrior in their internal struggles. As a result, when a dispute arises, the Yaungol involved fight one another with blunted weapons until one yields or passes out. The matter of leadership is also, unsurprisingly, settled in ritual combat. A Yaungol who wishes to become chief must place his family banner and fight any who would challenge his authority. Ever since the Sundering, the Yaungol had been forced to adapt their style of warfare due to the harsher terrain, eventually weaponizing oil by burning it. Burning oil, and by extension fire, thus became the cornerstone of Yaungol warfare, surpassing even magic in efficiency at its height. Their culture also developed around this, as the Yaungol became highly nomadic creatures, living in short-lived fire camps in search of oil and gain before moving on, a decision which is at the sole discretion of the chieftain. Their style of warfare is also based on hit-and-run tactics, taking advantage of their large bulks and their fire magic and weapons, although they tend to only fully commit to a fight when victory is already assured. Despite their nomadic culture, the Yaungol nonetheless had their own ancestral burial grounds located along the coast of Taolong Steppes at Dead Talkers Plateau, which were overseen fittingly by the group known as the Dead Talkers. For an unknown reason, however, the Dead Talkers have recently begun to defile and resurrect their deceased brethren, using shadow magic in the process. In the past, the Yaungol had a shaman named Ordos, who would commune with fire spirits. At one point, following the promises of the Fire Lords, Ordos sacrificed himself to the flame in order to become a demigod. He successfully gained immortality, becoming a fire god of the Yaungol, but he is now ever burning and in constant pain as a result. A Yaungol tribe, the Ordon, developed their culture entirely around Ordos and around fire. Their fire keepers would ritualistically set themselves ablaze to emulate his ascension and cast enchantments and prayers to ease the pain of their demigod. Their enchanters control the weather and ensure that snow and rain never fall on the Ordon sanctuary. Their fire watchers carry the ashes of their victims in a special pouch, which keeps them smoldering, and so on. While initially the Ordon lived in peace with their Pandaren neighbors, the two sides began fighting after their native island was lost in time.